Welcome to Android Fragment Wow Review, and we are discussing about the fragment, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel Unisys. So whenever we have a async task, see the fragment object is retained state fragment when it is attached to that fragment async task running on background, and that main thread is activity. So if this fragment state is retained, so it deals that memory leakage problems. But when activity is destroyed and uncreated between this time, when async task is trying to communicate with the activity, that's the problem of leakage of the problem. So managing the thread is that problem. So we accept that. So since the fragment state is state we can retain, so we can deal with that easily with the fragment async task background threads. So state is retained, so it is very easy to deal with that async task like background threads. And fragments are reusable, and it improves the performance and better memory management, and so app performance will be increased. And so let's see this quickly. I have a requirement this whenever the row is clicked, I need to place the fragment here and place the display details. When it is landscape mode, when a row is clicked, I display the records over here. And another requirement is whenever the row is clicked, I don't want to display here. Instead, I start activity and place the fragment here. So this is the requirement, and how to code it we will see it now. Now, how to make difference between the tablet and landscape portrait mode, and mobile portrait mode and mobile landscape mode. That is same as tablet. That difference is layout is a mobile portrait mode, and layout land is a tablet or mobile landscape mode. So whenever the mobile in the landscape mode, it sees this, whatever is there, it take it. It doesn't exist, only take from the layout. So landscape mode, whichever the layout should have, the screen layout, we have to define in landscape mode. Here, see here, I defined here, it will have a list view and fragment. That's what our requirement is, list view and fragment. And it is horizontal, and here it is horizontal, and it equally share the space weight 1 and 1. When it comes to activity main, first requirement is I want to place the fragment here. I want to place the fragment here. So I need to have a list view, and I want to place it dynamically. Dynamically means when you have a frame layout as overlap characteristics, then only we can place the fragment over there. Overlap the next fragment over there. Whichever the fragment over needs as per the app running, depends on the option selected, we can place it on the frame layout. So that is the frame layout you are taking. So list view, frame layout, initially I given as a gone. So initially it will not have anything takes any space in the screen. Then what happened when I clicked on any item on the list view, and list view comes here, and it comes to the on click listener and calls the set employee activity, and according to that, whichever the row is clicked, that row layout will be written, the row layout object will be written here. Through that object I get the reference to the views in that layout, and then I can get the values over there. That value I need to place it. So if you want to retrieve more data from the database, you can retrieve it, and then you have the data and you have to place it. And before placing it, I need to see this mobile in which mode now, and for that we can make difference here. Here it is, I define a fragment, and in activity layout I define a frame layout. So when I see that fragment ID exists, then it is landscape mode. Exist means not null. When it is landscape mode and I declare it in the fragment over there, so when it is loaded, set content views load is create instance of that layout. It creates instance of the through fragment manager. It creates the instance of the fragment in application context, right? So that object I need, so I call again fragment manager and by the ID or by the tag and get the object, and I call set data on that, because it was, since it was declared in the layout, layout is already inflated here, so I set data on that. Then when it comes to, if it is not landscape mode, what I want is that display place the fragment dynamically here. And how to place the fragment dynamically? Fragment URL ID. I need a frame layout for that, so I got frame layout, and then initially it was not visible. I don't want to show here when it is display list view, so it was not visible. I made it visible now, and here I need to call fragment manager and begin a transaction to add a dynamic to the activity. When it is add, it creates instance of that fragment. If it is already created, take the object. If it is add, it will create the instance and tie this fragment to the activity, and then we should take commit. If we in this requirement we are not overlapping anything, and if we are overlapping the fragments, and depends on option selected, we have so many fragments are placing and overlapping on previous one. If you want to go back, because add backstack is activity backstack is different and this overlapping fragment is different, so we need to add to the backstack and then commit. That's it, and it displays the here, and we got the layout there, but I didn't get the data, so I passed through the bundle by the set arguments. I can go through the detailed fragment. There I get the arguments. It's already set. I get the arguments. Already view is inflated. I can get the reference to the objects and I can set it. And one more requirement here is when it comes to the activity and fragment, and so what I do, I start an activity and then I place the fragment, same fragment. When I starting the activity, what I do, I get the intent. Through intent, I start activity, I can pass the data to this fragment through intent like this. And when you got that intent, we get it by intent, get string like that, we can set it the data. And the same thing I coded here, calling, see here, through intent, I can call the activity and then pass the data and start the activity. When you start the activity, the activity has nothing in it, and it just nothing in it, and it will have only one fragment. When it is sees the activity and details, it have only one fragment. That fragment will be inflated when this certain when activity is started. The set content will inflate this layout. It have only one fragment, and that fragment will be inflated. This is detailed fragment, and got it, and then we got the data for the intent, and through intent you can set it. That's it, all about this fragment. So please subscribe to my channel Unisys, and we can have like this, we can have a drawer like this. We can, whenever option is selected, whichever the fragment you have, we can place it. Option is second option, we can take the fragment to, and whichever the fragment we can dynamically take it, and fragment manager is there for us to give that object dynamically and attach and detach whenever it is needed, whenever activity got destroyed. That's all about this fragment overview. Let's discuss next topic.